Disturbed, Stupify, guitar lesson, and guitar tabs. I'll play through all the different sections right at the start here. After that, I'll go back through, explain everything with some more detail. Before we jump into the lesson, please hit that subscription button. It gives me a clear sign that you enjoyed this video and would like me to do some more like it. And without further wait, let's get on into this. So for starters here, we're in a drop D flat tuning. If you want to match the recording exactly, we drop D flat. I'm sure if you just wanted to do a regular drop D and not worry about matching up with the recording, you could do that, no big deal. But for these purposes, drop D flat, so we're D flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, E flat. Okay. All right, and quite a few riffs packed into this one. So we'll kick it off with this intro, and it's kind of like the same beginning and 4 different endings, or 3 or 4 different endings for it. So it starts off where we'll just hit this first fret power chord here on, what is now the A flat there string. So first fret there, and then of course under that we've got the 3 and the 3. All right, then we just come up and we hit one open. Okay, one open low D flat power chord there. Just hit it and then hesitate slightly, hit 2 more. And then we do a quick 3 to 3rd fret power chord back to open. Okay. All right, and then just before it's over, we hit a couple more of those open power chords. All right, and then it just kind of loops through once again and goes all the way till we hit that 3rd fret power chord. Okay, just before it. And instead of going to that 3, we do on the 5th string here, we go 3 to 6, hammer on. Okay, so just slowly here. All right, and for the second part, like I said, everything pretty much stays the same, but instead of doing our 3-6 hammer on there, instead we just come up to some 3s and just chug those out about 4 times. All right, and after we repeated the first time, the first part again, at the third time, we get to this final part, which is, everything stays the same except for the very end. We just come off and we just keep on going with the open low D flat power chord chugs. All right, so we'll just be, okay, we just chug it out with the opens. With the verse here, we just do some palm muted 1, 2, 3 low D flat open power chords. Then we come up and we hit these little high notes, and we'll start here at the third string, 10, come down to the 11 on the second string, back to the 10 on the third string. Right, and repeat our 3 open hits. Then we just move to a different spot now. We go 4th string on the 7th fret to 8 on the 3rd string, back to the 4th string, 7th fret. Okay, so essentially we're just repeating the same first parts, switching the second parts with the... If you want to get that little sequencer thing that's happening in the background with the verse, you can come on up here. Pretty simple. On the first string, we just go 10. Then we go 11, 10 on the second string. Do that again. And then just come down and hit a 10 on the first string. And it just kind of loops in the background. Interlude section, the first one. Just keep going some 3 open low power chords here. Now we get this really quick 6 just open low D flat notes. All right, and there's a bit of a stereo pan thing there that can happen if you want to get that going. And with the second verse, there's this kind of an interesting thing that happens at the second half of it. Instead of keeping going with our high notes, instead of messing with those, we just hit one big open low power chord, let it ring, and then we get into just these 1, 2, 3, 4 palm muted open power chords. And then we cut it and rest, and we just repeat that. At the end of the 4th time, then we add our final 7, 8, 7 on the 4th and 3rd string there, just as a transition back into the chorus. Second interlude section, I guess it's kind of like the vocal interlude there, it has that kind of Eastern vibe to it. Basically, we're just doing a pretty simple back and forth here with the open 4th string, and then we do a 7 on the 3rd string, back to the open 4th string, 8th fret on the 3rd string, and just repeat the open 4th string to the 8 on the 3rd string. Bridge section here, just big open power chords here, and start with the low D flat there, the opens, to 3s, back to opens, 3s, and then finish it with the slightly closer opens to 1st. All right, and we just repeat that, and once everybody comes back in with it, you can throw on some wah pedal with that. Sounds good. And once we see our final chorus start, we do a little variant of it now, where we'll hit our same initial power chord here, the 1 with the 3s, come off to our opens, 1, 1, 2. But here we just chug out a bunch of opens, about 6 in a row. Okay, then we land on 1st fret, low power chord here. Come back off to open, 2 more, and then just chug those out 6 times. And the final time through that last chorus variant, we basically just take that last little 1 to open and just crank through it 3 times. So, all right, then we hit our 1s, come off to a handful of opens, 1s, opens, 1s, opens. All right, this outro section here, kind of fun. We're just bouncing around with a bunch of stuff that we've been incorporating here. So we just do sets of 2s here. So we go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 on the opens. All right, palm muted opens. And then we do this quick little opens to 3rd fret on the 6th string here, back to open. Then we do our 3-6 hammer-on the 5th. Back to a quick open to 3 on the 6th string. Alright, and that cranks out pretty quick. Alright, and then from there we just come off to a similar ending from our last chorus variant there, the 1s to opens, couple more opens, and then we toss back in that quick little open 3, 3 to 6, open to 3. Alright, so we're just kind of taking those 2 little bits, sandwiching it with that little scale. Then we switch it up even once more. We start the same way with our set of 3 doubles there. But here we just keep it low and we go a really quick open to 1s, opens to 1s, 3 opens 1s. Alright, and we would just crank through that a handful of times, and then we have the big finish where it's just the 1 2 1 2.